From inside the gym at Leominster High School, we say a very good evening, everyone, and welcome to high school basketball here on RFM. Another phenomenal night on tap for you here inside the gym as our feature presentation here on RFM tonight, as Leominster brings their 6-3 overall record to home floor once again on consecutive nights for the first time this season, as they play host to their brand new Eastern Mass rival, or 495 rival if you will, Westford Academy and their Ghosts. The Ghosts come in with a 4-6 overall record. Leominster coming hot off of a win over arch rival Fitchburg last Friday night, a 61-50 win. Meanwhile, for Westford Academy, they come in hot off their first all-time win over Cambridge Ringe in Latin, 56-53 last Friday, but then dampered a little bit, losing to their rival Chelmsford 56-51. Westford has lost 3 of their last 5 in the calendar year 2023, and that's what Coach Chris Bramonte's bunch would like to turn around. But meanwhile, for Leominster, they come in with a head of steam, back-to-back wins, a win over Wachusett and a win over Fitchburg. It's Leominster and Westford tonight here on RFM. Great to have you along with us, whether you're joining us on YouTube, Facebook Live, or Twitch, or with our partners, Leominster TV, in delay. We welcome you to our courtside broadcast position. Todd Robbins alongside Bill Thomas, and great to have you along with us for another night of basketball here on RFM. And Bill Thomas, here we go. We've reached that part of the calendar, and Leominster has sort of been sprinkling it in, peppering it in, if you will, throughout the season. And that is, of course, the games that you need to play now on your schedule that are part of the new statewide perspective in how you build schedules in high school athletics here in the MIAA world. The home of a statewide playoff, you got to build a statewide division schedule, and this is part of it, bringing Westford into the fold tonight, a team that traditionally has got phenomenal basketball credentials, and by the way, another coach that graduated from Burlington High School as well, just a couple years behind Coach Kevin Grudgefield for Leominster as well. This should be a fun matchup tonight.
I'm looking forward.
One of these opens, Bill Thomas. I'm going to get it right. I know
I'm
I
looking
will.
forward to these first-time opponents. You know, we've had a couple of them this year already, or some renewed rivalries, but, you know, starting with St. John's and Burlington. And we're getting, you know, putting you to work already, Todd.
Indeed.
But, yeah, I'm expecting a great matchup, but it's funny how these 6 degrees of separations keep coming around. But these coaches find a way to get back together. You know, they get their programs together, and, you know, both teams are looking to build upon, you know, renewed rivalries, expanded schedules, always looking for those power points. Even though Westford comes in at 4-6, they're way down in the rankings in their division, I noticed. I don't know if it's based on week schedule, but I think that they're down in the 40s or 50s. But they're still striving to get that 500 record. They'll make the tournament one way or the other, hopefully. But, yeah, it's nice to see a renewed rivalry, somebody we don't know anything about, not the same Shrewsbury Algonquins. You know, not that we're complaining about those teams we see year after year, but some fresh blood, some fresh rivalries, and some friendships coming back together, too, sitting on the opposite benches.
And that's, of course, part of this new statewide perspective. If you are going to build the best schedule, both for you to prepare you for the postseason tournament, but also to prepare your tournament resume, you got to think of this sort of as a hybrid of what maybe you've seen over the years with the NCAA. You've got to build a schedule that not only shows that you're playing quality basketball teams, but that the teams that you are playing are also playing quality basketball teams, because just like we talked all football season long, remember, it's based on who you beat and then who they played along the way and how those results play, as well as both the power rating for your schedule is evaluated against the rating for the quality of the opponents or the strength of your schedule that you are playing. Bring that all together, and of course that's where you get second draft of the power ratings came out today, Bill Thomas, and not much change over, you know, what Leominster had seen last week. They find themselves in the top 10. That's the good news, but obviously they're going to look to continue to build those opportunities in the weeks and months ahead. Let's talk about Leominster. Let's talk about Justin Dada, who obviously has had a phenomenal season to this point in time, continues to have a phenomenal season, and last week, Friday night, had another great game, but a very important step for Leominster last week. It wasn't just the Justin Dada show. It was Justin Dada bolstered by his supporting cast. Because, of course, any team on any given night can come out and say, you know what, Justin Dada is not going to touch the basketball. We will put as many players on him as it takes to make sure he doesn't touch the basketball, which is basically then daring the other players on the floor to make the plays they need in order to win. If you're able to diversify, like Leominster showed last week, makes it a little more difficult for coaches.
Yeah, if your friends show up with, anything above an average game that they got to be paid attention to. Terrence McCormick stood out there in the first half, a lot of good ball control. But you talk about a second half. Chase Haas had a second half like he'll probably never have again. And I know a little bit of pep talk at halftime might have woke him up. But, yeah, Justin can't do it all by himself. Everybody knows what he's bringing to the court game in and game out. But some nights you have off nights, so you're going to get double and triple team. They're going to run a box and one. They're going to do something to shut you down if they think that your opponent thinks you're the only weapon they have to worry about. So it's nice to see, the energy Ricky Encarnacion brings and Halstead. And, up and down the roster, we're seeing a good 7-8 deep, strong. And, foul trouble has not been a problem for these guys because they've got a nice little rotation going. Coach is doing a great job keeping everybody fresh. But you're right. It's nice to see 1, 2, even 3 other players step up, take the pressure off that number one player and Dada, and then have at it. And once they loosen up around him, I think he relaxes because we know he plays under a lot of pressure. He's carrying a lot of weight, being the senior. He's been on the team 4 years. Lots expected from him. A little bit of help, just a little bit of pressure, back off a little bit, have to guide somebody else. He hits a couple of outside shots, and it's game on.
Third member of the broadcast team, Kate Robbins, standing by at RFM HQ. And, Kate, we heard in Coach Kevin Grutchfield's post-game comments after the Fitchburg game that he really went into that locker room and he said, this team, they love to challenge me, and I will challenge them right back. He went to his seniors. He challenged them and said, is this the way you want to leave the floor night in and night out? And a lot of that has to do with a team that can be a little Jekyll and Hyde. Some nights they come out and look brilliant. Other nights they start flat, and they need a little bit of a spark from a coaching perspective. When you know your team is a little of this and a little of that, and you don't know which you're going to get in the start of the contest, how do you plan? Can you really fire them up at the beginning, or do you got to wait to, of course, light that fire somewhere halfway through?
Well, one of the amazing things about this team that Coach Kevin Grutchfield has, and he's been the first to talk about it with us, is that he has amazing people in that locker room in his senior leadership. He talks about a whole plethora of senior-laden leadership that he has. And when you have good quality character human beings that can serve as the leadership for the team, then that's all it takes. And the most interesting part is that some of those senior leaders are role players on the team as well, but their voices are still just as vibrant and just as important as somebody like Justin Dada going out there day in and day out and being the top scorer. If you have that as a coach, you can lean on that. You know that you can go in and you have the type of people who are going to be able to respond. Your senior leaders are going to be able to then have that trickle down all the way through, the freshman, Cyrus Lopez, who splits his time between JV and varsity. That type of character, that type of leadership, if you're a coach, you live and die by that. And Coach Kevin Grutchfield has talked about it on the basketball court. We know the same type of leadership went on on the gridiron as well in the fall. We know it'll be coming in lacrosse and in baseball as well. These are the types of young student athletes that you long for if you're a coach.
Indeed, and chemistry certainly is the name of the game. Kate will be checking in with you and Mr. P throughout the night back at RFM HQ. Getting ready for tip-off, Leominster and Westford coming up here inside the gym at Leominster High School tonight. Looking forward to what will be an exciting matchup ahead. It's Leominster and Westford, the Blue Devils and the Ghosts. A 6-3 Leominster team, a 4-6 Westford Academy team. The action takes the floor as we continue with our partners in delay at Leominster TV and right here live tonight on YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch here on RFM. It's Leominster and Westford. Opening introductions, national anthem, and then tip-off coming up next. This is high school basketball right here on RFM.
A very good evening, fans, and welcome to the gym at Leominster High School for tonight's varsity basketball matchup featuring the Westford Academy Ghosts and your Leominster Blue Devils. Tonight's contest is sanctioned by the Massachusetts Interscholastic Athletic Association, the Midland Wachusett League, and the competing institutions. Fans, join us as we back the NFHS initiative to bench bad behavior by positively supporting the hard work of student athletes, coaches, and contest officials. Be loud, be proud, be positive. Thank you. It's time now to meet tonight's starting lineups, beginning with visiting ghosts of Westford Academy. At forward, a sophomore, number 0, Michelle Rampour. At guard, a senior, number 1, Jack Sullivan. At guard, a senior, number 5, Yuki Gavat. At forward, a senior, number 11, Sander Museshian. And at forward, a senior, number 13, Asa Geller. The Ghosts are coached by Christopher Berlanti, assisted by John Wharton and John Glidden. And now, let's meet the starting lineup for your Leominster Blue Devils. At guard, a junior, number 4, Terrence McCormick. At guard, a senior, number 11, Justin Dada. At guard, a senior, number 12, Michael Halstead. At forward, a senior, number 21, Ricky Encarnacion. And at forward, a senior, number 44, Chase Hawes. The Bulldogs are coached by Kevin Crutchfield in his 7th season, assisted by Justin Dada and John Cordio. Fans, we ask now that you please rise and remove your caps as we honor America and those defending our freedom with the singing of our national anthem, tonight by Hannah Hartman.
And with that, Bill Thomas, we're ready for basketball here on RFM and with our partners at Leominster TV.
I can't think of a better way to kick it off. Fantastic rendition of our national anthem.
Hannah Hartman once again delivering a phenomenal national anthem. Had a pair of great national anthems at that Fitchburg night, and apparently it's become part of the show here.
And I'm
happy
happy for it. I love a live national anthem done right.
Absolutely.
She does it right.
Phenomenally well done by a student athlete here, member of the cheer and spirit squad here at the Leominster High School gym tonight. It's Leominster and Westford, and Bill Thomas, Westford finds themselves in interesting territory here. Coach Bramante says, these kids, they play hard, but you know what he said? They can't quite piece it together. They can't quite piece 4 quarters together. As we take the opening tip, Ricky Encarnacion with the tap, and will advance it on. It was deflected off of Westford. Leominster controls the basketball. They'll go left to right, and Dada immediately takes the ball to the hole with some room. The lay-in's good. Not even 15 seconds into this one, and Leominster's got the opening 2 points.
Yep, down his favorite side of the lane, too. Left side, he loves working that side. But you're right, Todd. Westford's had an up-and-down season, but loses 5 of their last 7. They need to kind of get back on track here before it gets too late.
Well, Movsesian deflects that one off of Hawes and out of play. And, as I looked at video of this Ghost squad, Bill Thomas, this is probably the umpteenth version of the starting lineup in as many games as I looked at. And I think that says something to, of course, the effort for Coach Bramante to try to find some consistency as Encarnacion goes strong to the hole, draws a little contact, can't get the shot to fall, but Encarnacion's got 2 coming up from the line. It's one of those cases where when you find that chemistry, coaches love consistency. If he could settle on that chemistry, find the combination, he'd go with it. But right now, when you're trying to find the right combination of players, hey, why not? Just keep trying till you find the group that works.
Well, I see he's got 4 of his 5 starters as seniors tonight, so probably trying to look for some of that senior leadership. But you're right. But they've been consistently scoring in the 50s. Really, defense has been their problem. They just are being outscored between 4 to 8 points most nights, and they can't get over that 50 mark. And sometimes that can be a struggle when you're facing the highest scoring teams, higher powered teams.
Encarnacion goes 0 of 2 on the trip, and Rampor's got himself the rebound. Outlet for Sullivan, and here come the Ghosts from right to left. The trail finds Rampor, not able to deliver the 3, but the rebound dug out by Movsesian. Finds a cutter coming to the lane. It's Geller, and he'll lay it in for 2. And we got a 2-all basketball game. 1 minute gone by here in the first quarter.
Yeah, good look off that offensive rebound. Immediately look for that cutter, too. Good job by the trailer coming back into the play.
The other thing that struck me, Bill Thomas, as I was reading Coach Bramante's comments about his team, is he could also be a lot of the descriptors for Leominster. A bit inconsistent at times. At times absolutely brilliant, and at other times you're like, wait a minute, is this the same team that you've seen night in and night out?
Yeah, and when you don't know what you're going to get, what you say, night in and night out, you keep, fiddling with the lineups, and you hope you settle on something.
Open trip there for Leominster. The 3 from Dada doesn't fall. Rampor with control of the basketball. Cuts to the lane between 3 Blue Devils. Splits and lays good. And Westford's got their first lead of the night at 4-2.
Yeah, Blue Devils all looking for a pass, looking towards the man they're guiding. Left a nice opening there, took advantage of it.
Dada control of the basketball at the half circle just across the timeline. He'll drop it off for McCormick. Couple of flashers in the lane there was Encarnacion and Hawes. Neither. Meanwhile, catch continues. That's a cross-court skip. Find Halstead from Dada. Bounce back for McCormick, and he walked with it. Ball will go the other way. An unforced error and an open possession for Leominster once again.
Yeah, and kind of tossing the ball around there, Todd. Not really, looking under the basket, just perimeter pass, and then got caught picking up that pivot foot.
You heard Kate and I talk a little bit about it, Bill Thomas, off the top of the show, kind of filling in where Coach Crutchfield sort of left off in those comments against the Fitchburg game. And I love that there is this sort of tit-for-tat back-and-forth relationship as Rampor launches the open 3 and delivers a 7-2 opening run for the Ghosts. And now Coach Crutchfield is going to have to consider a timeout perhaps if this goes as an open possession. And that is, of course, that the team challenges him and he'll challenge them right back in the locker room as well.
Yeah, and, I think he relies a lot on that 50 years of coaching experience that Coach Cordio brings. And he knows how to get to the player. And, a lot of one-on-one, just motivational speaking goes a long way.
It's another 2 points down the floor. The pull-up from Geller at the left block, and it's a 9-2 opening run. 3 minutes gone by here in the first quarter.
No, we're talking timeout, Todd. I think we went almost the entire first half without timeout the other night.
Dada tries to respond and stem the tide with a 3. Rims out hard, and Rampor comes up with a loose ball rebound.
Ghost doing a good job controlling that defensive rebound.
Rampor comes down for the 3 with Carr on the challenge. Missed the shot. Dada's got the rebound.
Tapped out by Ricky.
Halstead bounces for Encarnacion. Take to the lane, short of the mark. Takes 2 hard contact points from Sullivan. And now a battle, and on the floor, Halstead is going to get billed for the foul.
Loose ball foul, and that rebound in action.
And Coach Crutchfield using the limited number of whistles that we've had here in the first half, but he has been able to change some personnel out. Coach Bramante has stuck with his 5 starters, and who can blame him at this point? A 9-2 opening run for the Ghosts of the Dual County League. Museshian from straight away. Drop it off this time for Galat. Pull up in the lane, and Galat's shot will fall, and 11-2, the opening run for Westford. And what Coach Bramante got tonight, Bill Thomas, is consistent scoring in this opening frame.
Yeah, but players are finding their spot. I tell you, Beyond right there, found. He knew right where he was going. No hesitation in that short jumper.
McCormick to Dada. Jack Dada into the game at the last whistle. Joins his brother on the floor. This is Carr for Dada. To Dada. To the low block, banging off a defensive foot with 7 to shoot. That'll get him a partial reset, back to 20. 3:39 to play here in the first quarter. An 11-2 opening run for Westford. Leominster hit the opening basket of the game. And Carr, the inbound, and Dada, the finish. And those are the first points for Leominster since the opening 15 seconds of the basketball game.
And both of them courtesy of Justin Dada.
Sullivan tried to cut on Jack Dada, nowhere to go, but Museshian finds Rampor slashing down the lane, couldn't finish at the rim. Carr the rebound. Outlet Dada, connects with Dada to the lane, pull-up shot through the lane, missed. Hawes follow, brought it down, but drew contact in a collection of Ghosts, and Hawes is going to the line to shoot 2.
We saw Chase come on big time Friday night in that Fitchburg game. Just taking over the fourth quarter on both ends of the court. Number of rebounds, putbacks. And that's after going scoreless in the first half and getting a little bit of motivational talking to himself, and apparently it sunk in.
First one goes down tonight. He had 13 second half points, Bill Thomas, and it was an important 13 points.
I don't think there was one point that wasn't critical at coming to critical junction. None of those were garbage time points, even though it turned out being a 10-point game. His points were instrumental.
Can't get that one to roll. Rampor, after drawing the foul, he made contact with that one as it went out of play, but it's called off of Leominster, and it will be Westford basketball.
There's pressure here.
First 5 minutes of the quarter gone by. It is 3 minutes left here in the first, and it is 11-5, Westford's lead. Dada working on Sullivan, cuts to the lane across the face of Encarnacion, and the lay-in will go just over the front of the rim.
Encarnacion ready to get ran over right there, but nice job avoiding him. Circling around him, nice little finger roll.
McCormick to Dada, to Jack Dada. Back and forth they play. Dada tried to step into the 3 off the catch. Couldn't do it. Past the 2.5 minute mark, 13 to shoot here on the possession. Jack Dada to the left elbow. Kick, Encarnacion. Back to Jack Dada. Foul line. Too much passing thus far on the possession. 3 to shoot. McCormick steps up, got the front rim, missed, rebound Hawes, rim again, Dada the follow-on, and he is fouled, and Justin Dada is going to the line to shoot 2.
Good job by Hawes there, keeping it alive. Allowing Dada to get into that offensive rebounding mix, gets himself a couple of foul shots. That is on
Rampor, and it looks like his second.
His second, yeah, Todd.
Dada hits the first.
See if he takes a seat, and he is going to. Probably sit out the better part of this first quarter and probably into the second quarter.
Bring Kate in here, standing by at RFM HQ. Kate, as Rampor takes a seat with 2 fouls, Rampor also has himself a fistful of points.
He certainly does. A team high 5 points right now for Rampor, one of which was courtesy of the 3 right now. They're out rebounding the Blue Devils. They're doing a nice job on the boards and outscoring them as well.
A block called against Hawes as he cuts to the lane. And nice job to draw the foul there by Geller. He'll go to the line to shoot 2 after speaking to Coach Bramante.
Nice job on the save over here. Ball headed out of bounds. Blue Devils standing around waiting for that shot to bounce out of bounds. And a ghost came in, saved it, and now they're ending up with a couple of foul shots.
And that one will not fall for Geller at the line. The senior forward, 1:56 to play here in the first quarter. It is a 7-point Westford lead at 13-6. Geller's second away. That one will fall. An old token full court pressure here. The trap comes as Hawes crosses the line, gets it to Jack Dada, foul line, had a pass with authority, deflected off a ghost, ends up in the hands of McCormick in the right corner. Shot won't go. Encarnacion tries to battle for the rebound. To the floor, that's Justin Jones not able to recover. Hawes gets it back, unsettled situation, Encarnacion at the rim, and the finish.
Encarnacion and Hawes never stopped battling there and ended up combining for a pretty basket after they got control.
And now Hawes with the trap using the 2 lines to his advantage, but a great find. Jones and Movsesian with the finish for the lay-in.
Talk about throwing a touchdown right there. Spot on, leads to an easy 2.
And Westford has doubled up Leominster at 16-8. Final minute, 2 seconds left here in the first. Hawes fadeaway, got pushed off all the way back to midcourt. Loose ball battle. Halstead to the floor. Held ball is the call.
Enough bodies there. I don't even know if anybody actually got their hands on the ball, but there was enough bodies there. Put an end to that.
Alternate possession. This time goes the way of Westford. 55 3/10 left here in the first quarter. 16-8 Westford's advantage. They got the full court inbound here. Geller goes long connection, finds Sullivan, who let loose the basketball, Bill Thomas, because he wasn't going to be able to get the dribble down. It was a pretty play. Back from Movsesian here. It's about a 20-second differential shot clock to game clock. This is Justin Jones. Drop it off to Geller. Geller crossover on Halstead through the foul line. The cutter. It's Galat blocked by Dada to the baseline. Galat recovers and finishes off the glass.
So way to stay with it.
And the lead is 10. But a 4-second differential now. 28 to shoot, about 23 left. Now they have shut the shot clock off. So they ruled that game under 35 seconds. Shot clock now off. Leominster with the last possession potentially here at 13 seconds. This is Dada off the screen from Hawes. 3 away, and he buries it.
Nice to see him get that outside shot.
Justin Jones try to get to midcourt. 1 second, he will get the shot off. And it is short of the mark. First quarter in the books from the gym here at Leominster High School. It's Westford 18 and Leominster 11. And the story thus far, Bill Thomas, is missed shots and open possessions for Leominster.
Missed shots and open possessions, but I tell you, big bucket right there by Dada to end the quarter, and we'll see if they can't build off of that. Struggled offensively the entire quarter, but hit that outside one, might light a fire under him.
It's a great point, Bill Thomas, as we toss it back to Kate Robbins at RFM HQ. And Kate, I don't know if there's been a more important three-pointer thus far than that three-pointer. Hello, Patrick, by the way.
Patrick thinks that was important.
I was going to say, that was an important three-pointer coming into this one. Kate, your stats through 1.
It certainly was an important one. We have a little bit of a fussy one today. He's teething. We got a brand new tooth coming in, so might hear a little bit of whining tonight. So I apologize to everybody on the broadcast, but Leominster did a nice job not panicking in that first quarter. Of course, they're running at the 7-point deficit right now, and right now Justin Dada and Ricky Encarnacion have the only points from the field for the Blue Devils. On the flip side, for Westford Academy, they already have 5 different contributors to the offensive stat sheet. So they're already getting a number of individuals involved right now. Justin Dada and Ricky Encarnacion are really the only ones right now with any offensive production for the Blue Devils. But what I like is they're not panicking. Sticking with the game plan, only a 7-point deficit, easy peasy, going in, win this quarter if you're a Blue Devil.
Trust the process, Kate. Thank you so much, and no need to apologize. We all cut teeth at some point in our lives. Dada drives the jumper from the foul line, and that one with the soft touch will go. 5-point basketball game.
Nice job right there. Coming out in this quarter with confidence, finding his spot. But Kate, somebody told me they enjoyed hearing little Patrick on the broadcast the other night, so give him a microphone and let him have at it.
Galat with the long 2 jumper doesn't fall. Halstead runs it down. Up floor, fine Dada, steps into a 3. Hard in and out. Haas got a tip on the rebound. Basketball bounces to Encarnacion. Halstead open look at 3. That one won't go. Crash for the rebound and into the front row. Encarnacion juggles, but not able to get a fork on that one.
Ricky all over the court down there, chasing those offensive rebounds. No avail, though. A couple of misses, and aggressiveness gets out of bounds.
Final minute, Bill Thomas, of the first quarter. Leominster was down 10 points. To be at 5, not even a minute into the second quarter, speaks to how they played that last minute in the beginning of this one.
Yeah.
The quick steal for Jack Dada, and to you, Bill Thomas.
Tempo picked up a little bit. See if Leominster can't take advantage of it.
Dada takes it back to the half circle. He will drop it to Dada. Dada the drive. Leaner rattles down.
How he loves that left side, Todd. Does most of his work over there.
3-point game. Sullivan uncorks that pass, and now the catch begins. Here's the drive from Coughlin. Coughlin finds a closed door at the baseline and sends it back to Galat, top of the key. 6.5 to play, second quarter. Open look for 3, and Russo into the basketball game and onto the score sheet. 3-point basket, good for Russo. It's 21-15. And back and forth we go in this battle. It's a 495 affair tonight, Bill Thomas.
I like this renewed rivalry, this new rivalry, let's say. Oh, nice.
Dada with a jump stop, reverse lay-in is good.
Is that Chase that laid it up there for him?
Indeed it
nice
was.
Job.
4-point basketball game at 21-17, just under 6 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Sullivan goes around Hawes' head, cannot get the lay-in to fall. Somehow he got loose. It's Jack Dada, up floor to Justin Dada, and then Hawes gets taken down from behind. They whistle the foul on the floor. Got to talk about the potential there, Bill Thomas, for upgrading that to a flagrant 1. That took Hawes completely off his feet.
Yeah, I think they got a little tangled up there going for the ball, but you're right, Todd, but just Chase bounced right up, play on.
Osiris Lopez, the inbound, and he was wide open on the right block, hopping up and down. Dada thought better of it, and so they rebalance the floor. 5:35 to play here, second quarter. Encarnacion to Jack Dada, 3 right side. Side rim, no. Rebound ripped down by Russo. Foul on the subsequent action.
I think they're going to get Osiris for that one. Youthful exuberance there, just come into the game, wants to make something happen.
On the score sheet now. 5:27 to play, second quarter, 21-17, Westford's advantage. Leominster has not led since 2-0, opening 15 seconds of this half. This is Galat working on Lopez. Bill Thomas, we talked a little bit about this, watching the game prior, of course. There was a JV2, then a JV1 game immediately before this. That JV1 game might have been some of the best JV basketball I've seen in a while here. That ball is deflected out of play, last touch by Dada, and Westford gets to continue the possession with 12 to shoot. With Lopez, of course, playing only part of that game, it makes him available for spot duty here in the varsity game. And how much can that momentum maybe help as a change of pace guy here?
Yeah, we saw him very active in the fourth quarter of that JV game, and it's trying to continue it here, all warmed up and ready to play. See what he brings to the court off of that first game's success.
Ben Jones' shot does not go. Rampor battles for the rebound. Out there with 2 fouls, and the ball comes loose to Dada. Dada, down floor, spins off Russo, finds an open McCormick. 3 off the right arc, will not go, and the rebound comes down in the hands of Russo. UV Galat, the senior guard. Jump stop in the lane, floater was short. Dada, up floor, finds Lopez. Can't get the angle, too far under the basket there, and couldn't quite get the angle he needed for the right-hand shot.
Yeah, nice job, bothered by a ghost. I didn't get his number, but did a good job bodying him all the way down the court. No foul.
Throw back, this is Russo. Russo goes corner. That was Coughlin to Galat. And back and forth, Ramport plays catch. And then down the lane, he finds Coughlin with a little kiss and down for 2.
Good little rotation there. Found an opening right down the center of the lane.
McCormick gets the cross-court pass from Dada. Now back to Jack Dada, top of the key. Swing, Dada. Jumper, right wing, no. Decides to swing through Dada and then around to the left wing. McCormick's jumper. He wanted a foul call. It never came. And Ramport's got the rebound. 3:33 and counting to play here in the second quarter. 23-17 Westford's advantage. Russo's 3, side rim no, and Lopez has got the rebound. Jack Dada, the drive, bounce pass in the air, find Encarnacion, fake lane, gets hacked by Russo, and Russo is shocked, but he got more of the shooting arm of Encarnacion than anything closely resembling basketball.
Yeah, Ricky with a couple of moves there. Spin to his right, spin to his left, and gets the defender off his feet, jumped into him a little bit, gets himself a couple of foul shots.
3:15 to play, second quarter, 23-17, Westford's advantage, and Encarnacion at the line with some all-important first half free throws. That one's not gonna go. Doubleheader week of basketball here on RFM. Shrewsbury and Leominster girls basketball coming up on Friday night. 6:45 the pre-show, 7 o'clock the tip-off. Same platforms you're joining us tonight. YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch on senior night for the Leominster girls as they got the reverse schedule. They played a lot at home first half of the year. Second half of the year, they are on the road an awful lot. So this is one of their last home games. The hard rebounding action on the miss by Encarnacion. Carr, legs taken out, goes to the floor. Ball ruled out of bounds. Westford basketball.
That's a tough way to lose possession. Carr battling for that rebound off the missed foul shot, but came down, had his feet taken out, but no
Halstead,
call.
step for step down floor with Sullivan, who makes the kick to Ben Jones. 3 rattled out. Under 3 minutes to play here in the second quarter. We're stuck at 23-17. Justin Dada brings rain, and the 3 will fall.
I think he shot that from the bench, Todd. I couldn't get the shot in the basket in the same screen.
23-20, Leominster back within 3 off the pretty deep 3 from Justin Dada. Ben Jones fakes the swing, now come back to Ramport.
Dada going to be approaching double figures here in this first half.
Coughlin driving the lane, lost possession. Halstead up floor to Dada, and the lay-in finish. And it forces the timeout. Coach Chris Bramonti has seen enough. 2:25 to play in the second quarter, and Leominster inching back toward coming even or going over the top. It's Westford 23 and Leominster 22. Kate standing by at RFM HQ, and Kate, Bill Thomas wants to know just how many is it for Dada, and they are all important.
They certainly are. He had 7 in the first quarter. If you add another 11 here in the second, he's already got 18 points in the early going on of the evening, and he's 1 of 1 from the line as well. Right now, it's the Dustin Dada show. If you're wearing number 11 and you're wearing blue and white, you're feeling it tonight.
And this is one of those games, Kate, where they look to lean on their leader. And right now, this first half has been a lot about Justin Dada, and that's okay until Coach Chris Bramonti can come up with some sort of an inoculation to the success of Dada's first half.
Well, let's tell you exactly how important that halftime adjustment is going to be. Justin Dada is the only Blue Devil to score points in this second quarter. So like you said, right now it's okay that it's the Justin Dada show, but as soon as Westford goes into the locker room and the coaching staff has the opportunity to put forth some adjustments, it's going to be very interesting to see how Leominster responds in the third and the fourth.
All right, Kate, thank you so much. Check back in with you as the half continues. 2:18 to play second quarter, and out of the Westford timeout, they've got the basketball going right to left. Gun baseline. It's the crosser. It's Movsesian. Movsesian on McCormick. Now double team Carr. Carr tries to take up some space, but Movsesian finds the space he needs for the lay-in to go. Bring us back to a 3-point basketball game at 25-22 Ghosts.
Nice job using that baseline, but what a pretty move there. A little reverse layup.
1:48 and counting to play second quarter. McCormick for Halstead. Carr open baseline, swatted by Russo and out of play. Russo and Carr exchange pleasantries on the baseline, and the officials are looking a little confused as to what the conversation was, and Carr continues to plead his case. It's a physical basketball game, Bill Thomas. Gonna have to learn to play it.
Yeah, I mean, I think he was looking for a foul, but I think actually the officials might have missed an out of bounds. I think that was off of him.
Inbound for McCormick through Donna,
And,
drills a three.
Nice job right there.
And we are at 25 all, 90 seconds before halftime. Leominster has pulled themselves even. This is Jones. Jones with the right-hand dribble. Got by Carr, found the lane, and finishes.
Way too easy right there. Somebody got to step in his way.
Been a lot of that in this first half, Bill
I'm doing
Thomas.
some fast math. I think Dada has the last 17 Blue Devil points.
Prior to that, McCormick three. Final minute
McCormick
5.
with the three, right.
The spin, Haas, jumper will not fall, and Russo's got the rebound. Stripped and bothered from behind by Dada. He juggled it out of play, and now Russo's barking that he wants a foul call that never came.
And that rolled right down his leg and out of bounds. Justin Dada just walks away.
58.5 seconds before halftime. Coming up the half, Kate Robbins will take you through the complete first half stats, tell you the story numerically, plus we'll preview second half action as Dada flies through the air, and the scoop shot goes, and we're at 27 all.
And he says, I'll show you how to get down the lane.
15-second differential, shot clock to game clock, 40 seconds left in the half. Jones gave up his dribble long way away, has to drop it for Galat. Galat takes it back to the half circle, working half court left. Galat beckons for some help. He'll get a screen from Jones. Drop the pass off Sullivan. Sullivan through the lane. Throws one up on the rim. Will not fall. Rebound brought down by Encarnacion off the floor. It's Halstead. Immediately up floor. Find Dada. Tries the little baseline pass, was able to do it, finds Encarnacion with the extra pass, does Halstead, and Encarnacion's shot will not go. Shot clock off, 5 seconds before halftime now. Galat tipped by Hawes. Galat spins with the loose ball, throws it at the rim, and it will not fall. Halftime here at the gym at Leominster High School, and an end-to-end first half. 27 all, we're right back where we started this basketball game, dead even.
And a great first half. A lot of energy there. Leominster found a way to battle back from a 8 to 10 point deficit there in that first quarter, but pretty much what we were hoping for. Unknown opponent, and they brought a lot of energy to this gym here tonight, and great game. I can't wait for the second half to start.
We mentioned the two head coaches did both attend Burlington High School. Coach Grutchfield, couple of years ahead of Coach Bramonti there. There is somebody from that Burlington storied basketball program that is smiling tonight. The two former Burlington athletes get together and are coaching in what is an exciting basketball game. Leominster and Westford here tonight. Halftime score from the gym at Leominster High School. Ghosts and Blue Devils deadlocked at 27. We take a break. When we come back, Kate Robbins takes you through the first half stats, and we preview second half action and programming ahead in the months ahead here on our FM. 27 all, Leominster and Westford at the half. Break, and we're back with more. This is high school basketball right here on our FM. Back inside the gym at Leominster High School. Halftime score, Leominster 27 and Westford 27. An exciting first half action. End to end, the two teams battled here inside the gym in this first half. Great to have you along with us wherever you are, joining us on YouTube, Facebook Live, or Twitch tonight, or in delay with our partners at Leominster TV. Bradley Bedard here for Leominster TV tonight, bringing you the pictures from high above the gym. This evening, we welcome you to our courtside broadcast position here on RFM at the half. Todd Robbins, Bill Thomas, Kate Robbins standing by back at RFM HQ. 27 all through this first half. We'll get Bill Thomas's thoughts on the first half and his mid-game adjustments coming up. But Kate, you're going to bring us up to speed. Give us those numbers in the first half that started off looking very Leominster at 2-0 and then got very quiet but looked a lot like Justin Dada when he had his opportunities. Westford made it look easy at points in that first half, but somehow, sneakily and quietly, Leominster brings it back to 27 all at the half.
You're right, 27 all right now is our score. If we take a look at the numbers, team totals first for Leominster, 14 rebounds, 2 steals, 4 turnovers for the Blue Devils. They shot 2 of 4 from the line, so that's 50%. Individual statistics, Terrence McCormick, 3 points. Right now, Justin Dada has a team-high 20 first half points. Ricky Encarnacion has 2 points, and Chase Hawes has 1 point made from the free throw line. Only 4 contributors to the offensive stat sheet right now for the Blue Devils. It's been all number 11, so it's going to be interesting to see what halftime adjustment the Ghosts make. On Westford's side of the ball, team totals, 12 rebounds, no steals, 4 turnovers. They shot 1 of 2 from the line. That's 50%. Here's the kicker, though. 8 different contributors to the offensive stat sheet. Rampour right now with a team-high tie for 5 points. Sullivan with 2. Galat with 4. Russo with 3. Mosvesian with 4 points. Coughlin with 2. Geller also team-high 5 points. All 5 of those coming in the first quarter. Same with Rampour, 5 points all in the first quarter. Both of them at a team high 5. And to round things out, Jones has 2 points. So right now, you have a tale of 2 teams. The Blue Devils right now, all Justin Dada, all first half. 20 team high points for Justin Dada. On the flip side, the 27 points comes from a litany of people for Westford. 8 different contributors for the Ghosts right now. 2 very different game plans, Todd.
Indeed, there is, Kate. No question about that. Bill Thomas, you got a chance to hear the numbers. We'll keep Kate with us there as you kind of listen to the 2 ways you can get to 27. You said to me when we were in the break, what do you do here if you are Coach Bramonti? Do you say, hey, you're following Justin Dada wherever he goes and force the rest of the team to beat him?
Oh, absolutely. And wherever he stops, somebody else has got to jump out on him, too. You got to double team him. Wherever you're going, but put somebody in his back pocket because when you score 20 of your team's 27 first half points, you've been the most important person on the floor, and you become the center of attention. Sure, they talked about how to stop him, but somebody else got to get involved. You know, McCormick firing up some threes. I want to see him keep doing that. He's got to hit a couple of those, and look what that 3 at the end of the first quarter did for Justin Dada's confidence. You know, he came right out firing after that, and threw up, I think, for 15 in the second quarter. So see if somebody can get hot for the Blue Devils, take the pressure off Dada. But if they start doubling, even tripling, you know what that means. Somebody's got to be open or more. Flash to the basket. That's where you're going to find some easy buckets if that's what the Ghosts decide to try to do here in the second half.
And Kate, on the Leominster side of things, the comment will be the open possessions. I said it to you going into the half. It's those open possessions where you didn't take advantage of opportunities that perhaps presented themselves. Those have got to be finishes here in the second half.
You're absolutely right about that, and I was getting a little bit nervous in the first quarter because Leominster was once again, just like we saw against Fitchburg, being out-rebounded almost exponentially in the early going. They were able to clean that up in the second quarter, so those numbers have gotten much, much closer. But the Blue Devils, like you said, open possessions, number 1, are a problem. Not only that, offensive boards, they need some.
Indeed they do. Kate, thank you so much, and away we go. A deflection to open up the second half, and 4 seconds come off the clock as the ball gets deflected down line. Westford keeps the basketball. They will go left to right here in the second half. wearing the road crimson tops and bottoms trimmed in white and black. Westford Academy stacked across the chest in front of the white numerals front and back. Leominster wearing the home white over white tops as Hawes comes down floor and finishes the lay-in, and Leominster starts the second half the way they began the basketball game, with the opening basket and the lead at 29-27.
Great to see somebody else besides Dada scoring early. Take some pressure off him. Blue Devils got to take the lane away. Ghost did a lot of work on some easy layups.
Rampor, who started hot and then got quiet after picking up a second foul, fires up a three that will not go.
Yeah, time on the bench cooled him right off.
A discard down floor moves Session, scrambles back into the play, and Encarnacion with the steps. And the ball goes back the other way. 7:09 to play here in the third. 29-27, Leominster's advantage, and Coach Kevin Grutchfield hasn't used one, so he spends one here. Just about 51 seconds-ish into this third quarter. And Bill Thomas, opportunity here. Talk about Ricky Encarnacion. End of that play didn't go so well. Walked there at the end, but he made a couple of posts out there online. He's had a couple of new opportunities, including a preferred walk-on offer at UMass.
For what sport?
Football.
For football.
Indeed.
I knew that. But, yeah, and he got an honor last week, too, that we failed to mention. I believe he was named a Central Mass All-Star along with Gio Roman and somebody else that escapes me, but I'll have it before the end of the game. But congratulations to those three football players. Well-deserved accolades. And, yeah, it's nice to see Ricky, just his energy. Anybody would want him on around your team with the energy he brings.
I've said it all football season long. Simply, I know a couple of alma maters of mine that could use a Ricky Encarnacion to improve their program. I wish they had heard me. Coming out of the timeout, this is Rampor. He'll drop this one back to Geller, and Geller will carry the ball over the timeline from left to right. Leominster bench starting the defense chant as they get into the basketball game. Rampor with a little excuse me hip check off of Hawes, and then the kiss to finish, and it's 29 all.
Yeah, his first point since the first quarter. Come back out here with a little bit of confidence in the second half.
Halstead playing catch with Dada. Long way away. Now goes foul line. It's Encarnacion out to Hawes. Hawes cross, fake, split the defender to the floor. He got the shot up, it didn't go. Encarnacion the rebound. Leominster another opportunity to cycle on the possession. Dada, baseball pass. Hawes, hard fake top, drive baseline. Got the underside of the basket. That will not go. And the loose ball comes to Galatz. It's moved Session in the front court, 26 to shoot. And now inside. Hawes gets hooked up with Geller. Geller tried the turnaround shot, could not finish. And Geller's going to the line to shoot two, and Hawes had a full handful of the hip. He was preventing Geller from turning, fought his way through, got the shot up, and just couldn't finish. He'll get two at the line.
Yeah, he had the hooks around him, trying to keep him from executing that spin move. Found a way to get himself going towards the basket, though. Did pick up the foul. That's Hawes' second.
Geller's first will not go. And I'll tell you, Bill Thomas, the reason in my mind this statewide system works is demonstrated once again in a night like this. This is another exciting night between two programs that traditionally have not played in a very, very long time, if ever. And now they are back together playing tonight. You mentioned it to me before we started. Of course, Leominster's football schedule has come out, and Leominster and Westford will play each other as part of next football season when Leominster steps up to a Division I team. All of that ahead as well. And by the way, we're looking forward to it. New venue, trip to Westford Academy, coming up for the football season as well.
I always love going to a new stadium, see what they have to offer us.
Call this an early press box request. The jab step for Galatz, and he'll take it back toward the timeline. 5.5 to play here in this third quarter. Drive down the lane, and the finish for Galatz.
Nice job right there. Stayed with it. Tricky dribble.
32-29. Westford reclaims their lead in this one. They held on to that lead in the first half till just the waning moments before halftime. Dada, drive, left baseline, finger roll finish.
How he loves that left side, Todd. I think 3/4 of his points come from the left side of the lane or the left baseline.
3 minutes expired here in the third, 4:54 and counting. 32-31. Westford on top of Leominster. Geller goes right up against Encarnacion and flings that one Globetrotter style off the glass. I was waiting for the person off the trampoline for the finish. Never came. Dada, the drive to the lane. Basket good and a foul.
Nice aggressive move right there. Taking advantage of that moving defender.
And Leominster reclaims the lead at 33-32, and Dada recovers and goes to the line to finish a 3 the old-fashioned way.
Foul on Galat is first.
And that one goes for Justin Dada, completing a 3-point play. 34-32, Leominster's lead is 2, and I believe this is what we were going to see. Ping-pong basketball from here to the finish. Galat barks out a play to Geller. He'll work on Jack Dada. Driving into the front court, handoff here for Sullivan. Sullivan gets a little extra kick in the giddy-up. He beats Justin Dada to the rim with the lay-in.
We saw that a couple of times in the first half. Once he circles around the lane, somebody's got to jump in there on him.
34
Outside
all.
defender's got to take over there.
4:12 and counting to play third quarter. Justin Dada in possession of the basketball. Kicks Halstead. Cross, Jack Dada. Cues up Justin Dada. 3-way! And it finds its home. 37-34. Halfway through this third quarter at 3:53 and counting. And then Hawes comes into the front court. He's going to be called for the block. And Coach Crutchfield says, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. But he will pick up what on the board looks like his third foul of the night.
Yeah, he might want to worry about that a little bit. Coach is going to stay with him, though.
Well, he likes the aggressive defense as Rampour responds with a 3 of his own. We're tied at 37. Basket for basket, and end-to-end we go. Dada to Dada. Find Carr, foul line. That one won't go. Haas slaps it back out. Leominster continues the possession. Dada threads the needle looking for Haas. He got pushed, and the signal was 2 shots.
I think they got him. He was coming up with the ball going for that little lay-in off the backboard. Got hacked.
And who says Santa doesn't come around all year long? My, oh my, oh my. There was an attempt at a completed pass from the angle I was sitting at. Haas at the line, shooting 2. First one doesn't go for Haas. He's got just the 1 point from the first half. Spins the ball in his hand, very deliberate. Haas, short off the front rim. Carr, the rebound, he slipped in from the upper block, and he finished the lay-in.
Ghost completely gave up on that. Nobody blocking out. 2 front defenders. Fell asleep on that one, Todd.
39-37, Leominster reclaims the lead at 3:12 and counting to play here in the third. And a great defensive play. Jack Dada comes up with the basketball.
Cut the lane off that time.
Dada to Dada, a deep 3. Slips off the front rim. Halstead's got the rebound. He came up underneath. The bounce pass. Dada from Hawes in the finish.
And that's the way the trailer comes in. Nobody's looking for him. Nice job right there by Haas feeding him.
How can you possibly forget where Justin Dada is on the floor? Rampour gets a chance at 3 and no roll and no crash for the rebound. Justin Dada gets an uncontested tally. He'll gun, baseline. Carr tried the little touch pass for Hawes. Hawes wasn't ready for it. Turnover, going back the other way in the hands of Geller. 2:26 and counting to play here in the third. 41-37, Leominster's lead. The drive, Sullivan, no finish at the rim. Rebound, Hawes. Jack Dada finds Justin Dada. 3 away. Back rim, no. Dada's got his own rebound. Long jumper for 2, and that one goes down. He is everywhere tonight on the floor.
Blue Devils with the biggest lead of the night, Todd, 6 points.
Halstead
Everything coming up roses.
causes the breakup. Dada finds Hawes. A deflected basketball, no call as Hawes collides with the padding, and Coach Chris Bramonti has seen enough of this chaos, spends the timeout, stopping the clock. 1:54 to play here in the third quarter. A 43-37 Leominster lead.
Thing got very frenetic there, and you're right. Coach said, I've seen enough of this.
Got to attempt to reestablish some discipline and
Slow
control.
things down for sure.
Chaos ensued out there on the floor in an end-to-end fashion. Kate standing by at RFMHQ. What do the numbers tell you, Kate? Waning moments here in the third quarter.
Right now, it continues to be all Dada all day long. He had 20 points at the half. If we add another 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 points, he's up to 32 points here so far for the Blue Devils. I mean, we do have contributions by McCormick, Encarnacion, Carr, and Hawes, but each of them only have 2 or 3 points apiece. Otherwise, every single point has been Justin Dada.
Kate, that is unbelievable. 32 of Leominster's 43 points have come from Justin Dada to the 1:54 mark of the third quarter. Bill Thomas, if you're scoring along at home, that's Dada 32, Westford 37, rest of Leominster 11.
I knew you were doing some math. We're going to come up with something there. Yeah. And I'm sure Westford's aware of that too.
It's Ramport at the left elbow. Handoff. Geller back for Movsesian. 3 away. Front rim, no. Rebound comes out and finds McCormick. Final 95 seconds of the third quarter.
McCormick's got to heat up a little bit here.
Dada, open look from 3. Got the baseline, and that one will roll out of play.
It's all Justin Dada here in the second and third quarters.
These Dada three-point shots that he's taken, Bill Thomas, as that one they try to gun in play, does Geller, and McCormick deflects it into the third row, and he slaps his hands together because he wanted the clean steal.
He almost caught that in the air before it went out. Tough pressure right here.
Indeed, Leominster has brought that full court defense in transition. This is Jack Dada working on Galat. The handoff for Movsesian. Movsesian gave up the dribble, swung back behind him, finds Galat.
Watch that
Galat
swing move.
through
There
the
it
lane,
is.
changes to the left hand, and the lane is good.
He's got that. He's been working on that. He loves going around the key, using that left hand, soft little fingertip roll.
43-39, under a minute to play here in the third. Geller separated the basketball. Leominster recovers. Jack Dada, the McCormick 3, doesn't go. Ramport the rebound, broken up by Halstead, not a play. And the ball will go to Westford. And now the
Talk about it.
conversation
Yeah, White ball.
ensues.
Oh,
And
turning around.
they will.
Red ball.
The fans do force the officials to get together, and there is an overrule, much to the dismay of the Leominster student section, who simply looks like they're providing directions going yonder way.
That way, they're saying. Wrong direction.
17-second
Down the lane.
differential as down the lane comes Sullivan with the finish.
Somebody got to step in his way there. That weak side defense got to be playing with their heads up.
2-point basketball game, 43-41.
Make them give it up.
2-second differential, shot clock to game clock. 29 seconds left here in the third. This is Carr. Bounce to Encarnacion. Swing, Jack Dada. Dada, back to Dada. Over the head, find Halstead. 18 to play in this third quarter. Carr brings the ball down in his waist, gets tied up on the play by Movsesian. The arrow will favor Leominster, but a great job by Movsesian to move in there. When you bring the ball down, Bill Thomas, nothing good happens, and Movsesian proved that one.
And Kai, one of the tallest kids on the floor there, you got to keep the ball up there and just go up with it and jump. Start dribbling, all the hands are going to get in there on you.
And now the officials pleading their case. Looks like an arm wrestling match, Bill Thomas. No, your arm goes here, and you have to start here. And all right, now they're all set. Everyone steps back out of the way, and away we go. Jack Dada, open look from straight away. Front rim, no. McCormick tries to slap the rebound. Instead, it is in the hands of Sullivan. Sullivan back down floor. 5 seconds left here in the third. Drive to the lane. Galat goes over the top of Dada and puts Westford tied at 43 as Leominster bullets one at the rim at the expiring horn.
Well, that quarter didn't settle anything, Todd.
3 quarters in the books from the gym here at Leominster High School. 43 all. We're still where we started, and that is deadlocked in this one. 86 combined points between these two teams, and we have solved nothing through 3 quarters. The all-important 4th and final quarter regulation is on deck. Swing it back to Kate Robbins, standing by at RFM HQ. Kate, your stats through 3.
All right, if we take a look, I haven't been able to do some tabulation because once again, we got a little bit of an upset one here today.
Oh, the little guy.
He's teething and he's not liking it. Right now, Rampur has 8 points. Sullivan with 6. Galat adds 6 to his total, so he's up to 10 points. Geller has 6 points. I'm doing quick math and bouncing around here. Mavestian has 4. Russo has 3. Coughlin has 2. And Jones has 2. Right now, as you said, the story right now, 43 all. On Leominster's side of the ball, once again, Justin Dada continues to play absolutely lights out. 32 points through 3 quarters for Dada. McCormick has 3, and Carnacion 2, Carr 2, and House 2.
All right, Kate, thank you so much. Patrick, thank you as well. Bill Thomas, I think I heard a mid-game adjustment in there from Patrick. It sounds like to me as Galat goes to the lay-in is good. Leominster needs to account, says Patrick, for Galat, who has had the free run of the floor. He just finds his way in open space, and he creates for himself and others.
Yeah, Leominster needs to collapse on the lane. They're getting dragged too far outside in the man-to-man, leaving the lane wide open for that swinging layup.
Dada finds Encarnacion, not able to finish at the rim. He creates some chaos to keep the ball alive. Jack Dada, then Justin Dada, into a triple team, and he outstrengths that one. 45 all.
Where would the Blue Devils be without Justin Dada tonight?
Down by a lot. The reverse will go for Sullivan.
Got some moves around the basket, Todd. Number of lay-ins tonight from all different directions.
Minute gone by here in the 4th. McCormick 3. Back rim no. Encarnacion battles Russo for the rebound. Russo got the last touch. They exchange claps with one another. Cyrus Lopez in the game. He will inbound from the sideline. 6:56 to play here in the 4th. 47-45. Westford's lead is 2. And this one stripped from behind. Movsesian tipped it away from Dada. Galat down the lane. Kicks Sullivan. Find Russo the trail. Swing Movsesian. Back to Russo. Gets a look at 3. Short of the mark. And out of play. And the Leominster student section lets Russo know about it. Pause back in the game for Lopez. 6:35 to play here in the 4th quarter. The brothers Dada bring the ball over half court. Jack Dada, cross corner, find Hawes. Back to Justin Dada. Thought about stepping up into it. Jack Dada does the same. Sees a lane. Rampur swats it out of play.
Nice job.
Two-hand deny.
Nice job by Chase Haas. They're blocking out a Westford player from chasing that ball out of bounds, possibly creating something.
McCormick slips loose, inbound finds him. That one won't roll. Russo connects with the rebound, but it's out of play. And Leominster gets a 3rd opportunity on this possession and a fresh 35.
Long possession here. You can't come up empty. 4th try, I think, in this possession.
Chasing 2, at 47-45. This is Dada down the lane. Fade will go, and they're knotted at 47.
Made that look easy.
Dada's got the backpack on tonight, and he says, come with me. Encarnacion can't get that one to go. Down the lane, Russo, make it Sullivan. Gets a 2nd and a 3rd and finishes at the rim.
Nice job getting his own offensive rebound there. Put it right back up.
5:40 to play here in the 4th quarter. Fans tonight from both communities treated to a phenomenal basketball game, and we're far from done yet. Dada's jumper, the mid-range, draws the foul, and 2 shots coming up here. Just the 5th foul combined called in this second half. 3rd on Westford, 2nd on Leominster. Everyone's available, and nobody's in foul trouble. I like this brand of basketball, Bill Thomas.
No, he's tell you, kids putting on a good show. Refs are doing just enough to keep everybody happy. And, yeah, we got a whale of a ball game. Nothing's been settled yet, Todd.
Dada brings Leominster within 1.
It did settle one thing, though. John Ascabi.
John Ascabi was
Got
the
to tell
third.
him who the third player was that got recognized, and John Ascabi is who it was.
And 2 of 2 on the trip goes Dada, tying Leominster once again with Westford at 49. Now Leominster brings that full court pressure again. Dada bothered Rampour. Galat ends up with the basketball. He's working on Jack Dada.
I got to cut the lane off here. Got to cut the lane off. Don't
into
let
the
it
front.
swing.
Drops at foul line. Moves Session. Long jumper from the foul line is good.
Not much you can do about that.
Nope. Change the lane, create a different look, and if they can beat you on the jumper from the foul line, so be it. Final 5 minutes of regulation. This is McCormick. Finds Jack Dada. Swing Haas. Haas crossover through the right wing. Thought about passing, never took a look at the wide open rim in front of him, and it's taken away by Movsesian. Back up floor. This is Sullivan. Sullivan drives, kick, Galat, look at 3, and down it goes! Time out, Leominster.
Couple of big trips on the court for the Ghosts. They score on both of them.
4:37 to play in regulation, and it's Westford 54 and Leominster 49. And you know, we've spent a lot of time talking about Justin Dada tonight. We've pointed to some of the diversity for Westford, but as I bring Kate Robbins back in, Billy, you got to talk about Kate. UV Galat, the guard, the senior. Kate, he has been everywhere, and he's done it every which way for Westford tonight.
You're certainly right about that. He's at a quiet team-high 15 points here. I mean, he was very quiet in the second quarter. Leominster held him to no points in the second, but he's had a bang-up third quarter, and now in the fourth quarter, he has 5 points. So right now, he is the team leader for the Ghosts. But once again, the thing about this game is it's the tale of two different things. Leominster is relying nearly entirely on Justin Dada. He has 30-plus points through 3 quarters, let alone the additional 6 points that he's had. He's at 38 points here in this game for Leominster. Whereas on the Ghost side of the ball, they had 8 people that have contributed to the stat sheet on offense. That means 8 different bodies, 8 different offensive weapons are at their disposal, thus leaving somebody like Galat open and available for those 15 points.
Great point, Kate. Thank you so much. And Bill Thomas, at this point, 4:37 to play, halfway through the last quarter of regulation. All of a sudden, somebody from Leominster isn't going to show up. They'd like to see that with Coach Kevin Crutchfield, but at this point, you got to go with the horse that got you here.
Oh, you got to stay with Dada right now, unless somebody steps up. I mean, Terrence has been, giving it all, just not falling for him tonight. Chase working it underneath.
McCormick steps in, finds, and the 3 delivered.
That's it. Finally, Terrence.
Back within 2, 54-52. Westford holds the 2-point advantage and the basketball.
And as cold as Terrence been, I'm glad he's still shooting. Don't give up. A shooter gets off that every so often.
Galat and Sullivan play catch. Galat drops it to Movsesian, and back and forth they will play catch. Galat, the drive, kick Rampour, steps out, left elbow jumper, back rim, no. Hawes races for the rebound, and he has just enough room to reel it in the corner. And here comes Leominster, firing right back down floor from right to left. Jack Dada at the half circle, bounce to Carr at the foul line. Open, Hawes competes with Movsesian, count the basket, and the foul.
And he was wide open. Nice job right there. Little pump fake, takes the contact, finishes the play.
Blue Devils are fired up. They are back tied at 54. 3:44 to play here in regulation. Hawes is at the line with an opportunity to give Leominster a 1-point lead once again.
And the last 2 baskets have come from somebody not named Dada.
Shot away from Hawes, and down it will go. Leominster reclaims the lead at 55-54. Bill Thomas, the thought that's running through my head here, and we would have to go back and check the tape on this one, as Galat loses the handle out of play. The Leominster defensive pressure causes the breakup. Has Leominster had a lead that was larger than 1, 2, maybe 3 in this basketball game at any point?
6-point lead late in the second quarter, Todd, before Westford came back and tied it up at the half. I think a 23-17 or somewhere in that neighborhood, I think.
Swing, this is Dada. Cross court McCormick, gets a look, steps into the 3, front rim off the mark, Rebound down for Justin Jones. 55-54, Leominster's lead here in the fourth. And the whistle goes off on the subsequent action there. Haas is a little bit frustrated, but Galat will be going to the line.
For a couple of reasons, too. I think that's Haas's fourth, Todd. It's only team third, but his fourth. He might have to take a seat here. We'll see what the coach does. 3:06 left in the fourth period here.
I think you play it out, Bill Thomas, and Coach Crutchfield's not going to the bench.
I think you do, too.
Galat fails to convert on the first.
Get all you can out of him.
3 free throws. Galat was fouled in the act of shooting a three-pointer in the left corner. While I was correcting the graphic, Bill Thomas, we're good now. Galat hits that one. And 55 all.
Right back where we started, Todd.
Galat at the line. And it's 56-55. Westford reclaims a 1-point lead. Final 3:02 and counting here in the fourth quarter. Dada, back and forth with Dada. Justin Dada goes corner, find Haas. Haas dribbles baseline, ran out of real estate, swing. Jack Dada takes the three from the left side, won't go. High hop, Haas comes down with it. Haas drives against Rempor. He gets fouled, and Haas is going to the line to shoot two.
Love the aggressiveness. Keep taking it to the basket, Chase.
Reach back into the old boxing days, Bill Thomas. Effective aggressiveness. If you can be effective and aggressive, that is a benefit for your side. Haas at the line, shooting two. Leominster trails by 1. In and out for Haas, 2:43 to play here in the fourth. Possession arrow favors Leominster, 6 fouls to 3. Leominster will shoot the rest of the way. Haas, that one won't go. Carr crashes, rebound, kept it alive. He got buried, and that got Coach Kevin Crutchfield up, and he is incensed. Into the corner, Galat responds with a 3. And all of a sudden, that lack of a foul call becomes a turn of at least 5 points. 59-55, Westford's lead. Leominster badly needing a basket, 2:18 to play in regulation. This is Haas, as the small but mighty sounding Westford Academy fan section in attendance starts to rally their defense. This is McCormick. McCormick, crossover, drive, foul line, gave up the dribble, slips underneath the defender, hard in and out, Carr tapped out of play, and the ball will go back to Westford. An open possession for Leominster, under 2 minutes to play in regulation. That's untimely.
Yeah, I just couldn't get a good look there. McCormick dipping and ducking, got a decent shot up, but just couldn't find the net.
Timeout spent on the floor. And I believe, Bill Thomas, the timeout was taken by Westford. 1:57 to play in regulation, 59-55, Westford's lead. And Kate, the numbers don't lie. Westford's taken advantage when the opportunities have presented themselves.
No, you're absolutely right about that. And in this fourth quarter, Galat has just exploded. He has 9 points in this quarter, so that brings his total to 19 points. Again, he was left scoreless in the second quarter, so he has had an absolute banner third and fourth quarter. Right now, Leominster does not have an answer for him. Obviously, if you are Westford Academy in the waning moments here, you are going to try to take Justin Dada out of the equation. Right now, he is only, quote unquote, only had 6 fourth quarter points for the Blue Devils, bringing his total on the night to 38 points. But if they're able to, if they, meaning Westford, are able to keep Justin Dada scoreless from here on out, then Leominster may not have an answer to the offensive onslaught right now from Galat and friends, because that's been the key difference. Galat has had friends and Dada has not.
And that is the worry in this one. Kate, thank you so much. Kate will be back with us post-game to wrap this one up numerically. Coach Kevin Crutchfield will join us at our courtside broadcast position whenever this one reaches its end. 1:50 to play here in the fourth quarter. This is Galat bringing it into the front court, 24 to shoot. Galat will drive, dances in and out, now 20 to shoot. Slap from behind by Carr, and Leominster with the steal. And now it's effective aggressiveness time. They got out of the basket here. Dada drives, got underneath Rampour, basket good, and one on deck.
I think they got Rampour on that one. He's going to be playing with 4. And that's who they build it to.
So Rampour and Haas for Leominster. Those two, Rampour for Westford, Haas for Leominster with 4 fouls.
It could be important if we're looking at overtime here.
And Dada gets the three-point play again. His second three-point play completed in as many minutes. Leominster still trails by 1, 90 seconds left in regulation. This is Sullivan. Sullivan finds the trail. Down the lane it was Jones. Couldn't finish. Gets another opportunity. Out of the pack. He responds with a basket and a foul as well.
Jumped right up through all those open arms. Forced his way up. Have to say, I think they got Carr on that one. Well, they got it for Encarnacion. It's his second. But looking to complete the three-point play here.
Coach Crutchfield able to move a little offense for defense here. Haas will check back in, playing with 4. 1:19 to play here in the fourth quarter, 61-58. Justin Jones at the line after the 2, shooting right in front of the Leominster student section. Shot away, will not go. Carr the rebound.
Keeps it a one-possession game, Todd.
This is Dada, find Carr, through a defender, deflected with an unsure pass. Ahead it's Jones, finds Sullivan. He'll circle back and peel some time off the clock. Final minute 4 here in regulation. And Dada has to reach across.
They got some fouls to give though, Todd, so you can be aggressive right here.
Indeed you can.
Yeah.
Just the 5th called against Leominster here in the second half. Inbound for Galat. Under a minute to play in regulation. 61-58, Westford on top of Leominster. Cross court. This is Galat, and Coach Bramanti spends the timeout. Stops the clock with 54 4/10 left in regulation. 25 to shoot. On the reset here. 7 fouls against Westford puts Leominster in the bonus. 5 fouls against Leominster with 2 to give before putting Westford at the line. Just the 2 with the 4 fouls. Haas for Leominster, Rampour for Westford. Possession arrow, blue and white on a tie-up.
Coming right down to the last possession, it looks like, Todd, but Westford Academy playing very tough basketball here in the second half, making all the big shots. Leominster's been chasing them for the better part of the fourth quarter since they broke out of that third quarter tied.
First of a 2-game week senior night for the girls basketball team comes your way Friday night, January the 20th, 6:45 our pre-show, 7 o'clock tip-off. Live streaming on these same RFM platforms, YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch. We'll have that action for Leominster and Shrewsbury girls basketball coming up on Friday night here on RFM. Looking forward to that one as well. 2 teams badly needing a win on the girls' side of the ledger. 61-58 Westford with the basketball and 51 seconds left in regulation. Jones finds Sullivan and the clock begins to tick. 20 to shoot, 26-second differential shot clock and game clock. Into the corner now. This is Galat with now 10 to shoot, 35 to play in the game. And the contact comes from Encarnacion. Student section doesn't love it, but 33 1/10 left. Something had to give. It's just the 6th foul. 3rd against Encarnacion. Not a bad foul there, Bill Thomas. Something to stem the tide.
There was only 5 on the shot clock, Todd, and now it's a reset. Now Blue Devils have to foul.
Coach Kevin Crutchfield spends the timeout.
Shot clock will be off here, Todd. 33 seconds.
And we will play it out. Wow. 61-58. One difference in this fourth quarter, Bill Thomas, to what we've seen the previous 3. Leominster failed to score the first basket of this fourth and final quarter, and it feels like they've been playing catch-up right along, as they have been through most of this basketball game.
Yeah, they short periods of time, they did take control of the game, but Westford's found a way to battle back, but they've definitely controlled the majority of this fourth quarter, and they got themselves a 3-point lead right now, and the basketball, and Blue Devils going to have to foul or play play tough defense. Next foul is going to put the Ghosts at the line 1-1.
61-58, Westford on top of Leominster.
I think you forced a foul early. You play defense for a little bit, Todd, but you got to foul and hope for the best.
33 and 1/10 left. Foul potentially to extend the game. 61-58, Westford on top of Leominster. Both teams shooting the rest of the way. Possession arrow on a tie-up. If you can get the tie-up, favors Leominster. And other than that, it's Westford with the basketball. Encarnacion and Hawes in foul trouble for Leominster. Just Rampour all on the floor for Westford. The deflection off the inbound by Dada. He tried to steal that one. He's not going to get it. The inbound will come right in front of the student section here, and Coach Bramonti will spend the timeout. He'll have one remaining by our tally. 33 and 1/10 still left. No time came off the clock in that one.
Nope, too quick there, just a quick in and out. But yeah, probably trying to set up something, a little rotation here. Have a little more room to work with on the sideline. They can use the backcourt if a little easier pass in. So have to see what they draw up here on the inbounds.
Great to have you along with us tonight. If you're joining us live on the platforms of RFM, YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch, great to have you along with us. Todd Robbins, Bill Thomas, Kate Robbins for RFM tonight, or in delay with our partners at Leominster TV. Bradley Bedard joining you to bring you the pictures on Leominster TV on the channels of Comcast and Verizon. In delay. Inbound is going to come, and with some controversy, directly in front of the Leominster student section down on the right sideline. The officials are trying to create the space. Student section there. Cameron Crazy-esque. You'll see the administration now stepping in to try to create some space to keep the Leominster fans off the inbound. Athletic Director Dave Palazzi steps in and pushes folks back. Says enough of that. Here comes the inbound. Hawes doing the big jumping jacks. Inbound it comes. Clock starts. Foul given immediately by Halstead.
I think that's probably all you can do, Todd. Hope you can win, trade foul shots for threes here.
61-58, a 1-and-1 opportunity here potentially for Sullivan. Got to make the front end. Front end makes it a two-possession game. First one away, does not go. Push on the rebound. Rampour, I believe, has just picked up his fifth foul.
That could be big, Todd.
It is against Rampour. He has fouled out of the basketball game.
Coming down this way.
31 and a half seconds left in regulation. Foul shots ensue. Hawes goes to the line. Kate Robbins standing by at the studio. Kate, Hawes tonight has struggled a little bit from the line. He's made some, missed some.
He is 2 of 5 on the night thus far, but hopefully he is going to make these for the Blue Devils.
A 1-and-1 opportunity. First will go down. A massively important foul shot from Chase Hawes. Brings it to 61-59. 31 and a half seconds left. Shot clock off. Arrow favors Leominster. Everybody shooting on fouls. Hawes at the line. Exhale. Shot away. Front rim. Rebound. Boxed out smartly by Russo. Now the challenge here. Jack Dada will get right up on Galat, and the whistle will go off for the foul. Coach Crutchfield frustrated there. I don't believe it's relative to the foul. I believe it's either on the miss or the missed rebound opportunity.
Yeah, I think the opportunity to get that offensive rebound, but he's a little more frustrated. When the ball hits the floor, you hope to be there and at least to be in on the action.
And I think, if anything, he would have liked to have given that foul immediately on the inbound to either Russo or Sullivan, not Galat, who has been lights out tonight.
I agree, Todd. I agree.
Galat hits his first. 62-59. 26 3/10 left in regulation. Arrow to Leominster. Fouls at 8 aside. Rampour has fouled out of the basketball game. Hawes playing with 4. That one goes down for Galatz. 63-59 and never in doubt. Dada and Dada cross the timeline from right to left. Justin Dada comes to McCormick. Head fake, drive, kick, Jack Dada. 16 and a half seconds. Halstead, jab step, taking too much time. That one's blocked down. Halstead will immediately give the foul in the recovering action. 9 9/10 left in regulation, 63-59. And with that, Leominster's best hopes may have just exited the building.
Yeah, and they couldn't get it to Dodd. You notice they were jumping out on him, double teaming him, fronting him, and just unable to get him to his spot. Good defense there by the Westford Ghosts.
The small but mighty Westford Academy cheering section that traveled here to the gym tonight on their way to a win. First one will not go down. Rebound. This is Dada. Back down floor. 5 seconds. He launches the three. Back rim. Battle for the rebound. It is kept in play, and time will expire. And the Westford Academy Ghosts travel down 495 in a game tonight that they knew they would face a challenge. Their biggest of the season, said Coach Bramonti, and they were up to the task. 63-59, Westford tops Leominster on Leominster's home court tonight.
And of note, Todd, we were talking a little bit about pregame, about where the scoring was going to come from, and how much Westford, would need to score tonight. Only scored 60 points all season in an early season win. This is the highest output of the year for them. They put it to good use. They come away with a big victory tonight.
63-59, Westford a winner. Westford is now 5-6. Leominster 6-4. And those playoff pictures will be a changing coming up with this one tonight.
Yeah, we'll have to see how this affects both teams. Big picture. I think Westford Academy is going to get more out of this win than Leominster would have, other than just working their way towards those 10 wins. But it's a big win for Westford in their attempt to get into the playoffs.
And that's based solely on record, Bill Thomas. Obviously, a lot of great games played by Westford thus far. Their strength of schedule will certainly benefit Leominster numerically. So you put all that in the hopper, and somewhere a month and a half from now, we're going to get some playoff standings that actually matter. But along the way, we'll see how the picture continues to change and develop. 63-59 for tonight. Westford comes into Leominster and get back on the bus to head north on 495, a winner tonight.
Yeah, they got to feel good about this, coming into a enemy gym, first time on the road down here to Leominster, and they got a good memory to take back up 495 with them.
Kate Robbins is standing by back at RFM HQ. She'll have your complete game summary coming up in a matter of moments. Coach Kevin Crutchfield will join us at our courtside broadcast position as well to react to this one. For those of you joining us in delay on Leominster TV, we thank you so very much for joining us here tonight. For Bill Thomas and Kate Robbins, Bradley Bedard for Leominster TV tonight. I am Todd Robbins saying thank you so very much for joining us. So long to you. We'll talk to you in the days and weeks ahead. For those of you continuing along with us live tonight on YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch via RFM. 63-59 Westford on top of Leominster. Post game coming up next. Coach Kevin Crutchfield courtside and Kate's complete stat recap. So much more to come. You're watching high school basketball right here on RFM. Post-game continues here on RFM. Just because the game runs to its finish does not mean we're done. We're just getting started here on RFM. We're standing by. Leominster head coach Kevin Grutchfield will join us at our courtside broadcast position coming up in a matter of moments. Todd Robbins, Bill Thomas, Kate Robbins back at RFM HQ. A 63-59 Westford victory tonight. Kate, we will start with you. Numerically, Leominster was there. Dada was there. But Leominster needed more participants in order to really bring this one over the finish line.
It really is the name of the game in this particular instance. You had a commendable effort by the Blue Devils, contributions from Hawes and McCormick, but they were the only ones that came even close to double digits other than, of course, Justin Dada. Justin Dada has a team-high total 41 points in this game. But Leominster only scored 59 points as a team. So, in earnest, it becomes a situation in this instance, Westford not able to stop Dada, not able to slow Dada down. The problem is that nobody else, other than Hawes, was doing hardly any of the scoring. Leominster, when they are playing their best, they distribute the ball to a number of different shot makers, and they contribute in conjunction with the fireworks that Dada puts out on the floor. So that becomes the problem. Going up against Westford was outsized by Leominster, and in the beginning you thought potentially, okay, Leominster, may have the advantage. The difficulty in a game like this, however, is this becomes kind of the calling card of that Eastern Mass versus Central Mass discussion. Somebody like a Leominster coming in with a great record going up against a Westford who has kind of a pedestrian record here in the middle of the season. It only speaks to, Eastern Mass has, more talented basketball. I don't necessarily think that's the case. I just think that Leominster fell short relative to their dynamicism on offense, and they let too many people on Westford score. Once again, you have 8 different people contributing to the offensive stat sheet for Westford. That means you have your starting 5 plus 3 coming off of the bench that are making significant contributions, and Leominster just was not able to stop everybody. The only person that had really significant points for Westford is Galat. He ends up with a quiet 21, team high 21 for him on the evening, but Leominster just did not have the answers for this Ghosts team.
Kate, before we get into your numbers, I asked Bill Thomas here a question. And Bill Thomas, Kate alluded to it, and there is, of course, the old cliche, right? You can't stop them, you can only hope to contain them. And in the case of Justin Dada tonight, Westford didn't do much to stop him, but down the stretch, particularly that last couple of minutes, they contained him.
Well, what I saw him, Todd, was jumping out from the weak side and fronting him and just try to not really in close double teaming him, but bothering him a little more than they were. They kind of let him run free the first 3 quarters, but I think they decided, hey, it's got to be anybody but. And that strategy seemed to work out for the Ghosts there as the fourth quarter wore on.
Indeed, it did. Kate, while we continue to wait for Coach Kevin Grutchfield at our courtside broadcast position, he will join us here soon. But first, Kate, your complete stat recap on this one, a 63-59 win for Westford tonight.
All right, first let's take a look at the Blue Devils side of the ball. Team totals first, 29 rebounds, 3 steals, 8 turnovers on the night. They shot 8 of 15 from the line. That's 53%. Individual contributions for the Blue Devils. McCormick ends his night with 6. Justin Dada ends his night with a team-high 41 points. 5 of 5 from the line was Justin Dada. I know it was a good performance, Patrick. I agree. Ricky Encarnacion ends his night with 2 points. He was 0 of 4 from the line. Carr ends his night with 2, and Hawes ends his night with 8 points. He was 3 of 6 from the line. Now, if we take a look at the other side of the ball for the Ghosts, team totals first. 18 rebounds, 2 steals, 8 turnovers. They were 5 of 11, or 45% from the line, but they got scoring contributions once again from 8 different Ghosts. Rampour ends his night with 10, Sullivan with 8. Galat ends his night with a team-high 21. He was 3 of 4 from the line. Russo ends his night with 5. Movesian ends his night with 6. Coughlin ends his night with 2. Geller ends his night with 6. He was 2 of 4 from the line. and Jones ends his night with 2. So once again, Leominster just didn't have an answer for 5+3 players on that stat sheet. And once again, in the stretch, Justin Dada couldn't be stopped, but he was contained in the waning moments, and he wasn't able to bring it over the top for the Blue Devils.
Kate, I'm going to cut in with you for 1 second here. We are joined now by Westford head coach Chris Bramante, joining us here at our courtside broadcast position. And Coach, great to have you joining us here on RFM. Todd Robbins, Bill Thomas, Kate Robbins back at the studio after a great win here tonight, 63-59. You said to me pregame you were excited about this game, but you were just maybe as nervous about this game as anything else. But you got to be pleased with the performance of your team tonight.
Yeah, phenomenally excited about it. I mean, I told you that, these guys compete. I mean, the Blue Devils, all we talked about for 2 days was the pressure, the different defenses, and these guys, our guys responded, and it was impressive.
One of the players that really stood out to us was certainly the play of UV Galat. It seemed like he had the ability to distribute, create for himself. He could take the ball to the basket. He could also shoot from the outside as well.
Yeah, I mean, he's been really coming on strong lately. I mean, he's one of our pieces. He just really settles things down, and then we have Jack Sullivan, number 1, who I think has been playing ridiculously well, hard. He competes the whole time. We got a lot of guys who just work hard. I mean, you saw them tonight. I mean, they work hard, and it was good to see that we got some baskets made tonight, especially in the early part of the game. I think that helped us. If we missed some of those, I was a little worried about what was going to happen after, their defense would ramp up. We get a little nervous, but we made a few of those shots, and really proud of the guys.
This game is one of those great examples of sort of what makes this statewide postseason so special that we're, of course, now set in here in Massachusetts, where you start getting these new mixes and matches, coaches competing against and bringing their student athletes in to play teams they've never played before or they've never schemed against, but it creates incredibly exciting matchups. This is another example tonight.
Yeah, for sure, and I'm really thankful that he let us come out here. I mean, it's good for us. I felt even if we didn't come away with the win, but if we played like we played, it would help us in our league. It would help us confidence-wise that we can compete with teams that are this good. I mean, Dada is ridiculous, right? I mean, we spent so much time focused on him, and would he end up with 42 or something? It's just I don't know what else we could have done. I mean, it's just size-wise we don't match up, and so we try to change things up, and everything we try to change up was gold for him. So we need to find a shooter like that, but Grutch does a lot of really good things over there, and it was good to finally play him, and it's good to beat him, I won't lie.
What's ahead for you guys? You're back into the teeth of that Eastern Mass schedule. You got Newton South ahead. You're at Lincoln Sudbury, and all these games start to add up down the stretch, and that's a gauntlet of basketball. Yeah,
I mean, that's what it is. We talked about that in the locker room just now. This is just the start. We got Newton South, and then we got Lincoln Sudbury, and then we just keep one after another, and we just got to make sure that we play every possession as hard as we can and let the chips fall.
Westford Academy head coach Chris Bramante, thank you so much for joining us here after this one. Safe travels back to Westford tonight. 63-59, a win tonight for Westford over Leominster. Kate Robbins, I'll bring you back in after hearing, again, a victorious Coach Bramante. He's thrilled with the performance tonight, and the numbers certainly bear that out.
No, you're certainly right about that. And I think, again, the most impressive aspect, particularly of the Ghosts offense, was the fact that they were able to get so many people involved in the scoring. I know I'm beating a dead horse, but when you just look at the juxtaposition about how many people contributed, they didn't need anybody to have a beyond stellar night in order to be victorious. Yes, Galat had 21 points, and they needed the 21 points, but it wasn't as if they didn't have other individuals that were helping out. Unfortunately for the Blue Devils tonight, fortunately, they had a lights-out performance by Dada, but he was able to be at least contained in the waning moments of the fourth quarter, and no one other than Haas was able to really work to pick up the pieces and try to gain enough points at the end for the Leominster Blue Devils to come out victorious. It's a tough win. I'm sure that Coach Crutchfield's not going to be thrilled with it, because I think that he's going to think the Blue Devils kind of left this one out on the table. They left points out on the table. They left points out on the floor. There weren't a lot of turnovers. The Blue Devils won the rebounding action throughout the night. So I think this is just going to be a point of frustration for Coach Crutchfield. But once again, Eastern Mass test, and Leominster now knows, if they didn't know before, the gauntlet that is ahead of them in Eastern Massachusetts. But that's kind of the name of the game here with this statewide playoff system. You need to make sure that you're diversifying your schedule, making sure that you're getting Eastern Mass competition. Coach Crutchfield has certainly done that. And right now, they weren't victorious tonight. They didn't get enough help for Justin Dada. But this is a teachable moment, and Coach Crutchfield will utilize this teachable moment to move forward and to get his Blue Devils ready to play, I think, on Friday against Shrewsbury, because there's no rest for the wicked, that's for sure.
And that's how it goes in Central Mass. Kate, as always, great job. Thank you. On time for those 3 Bs as best you can.
He's ready.
Book, bottle, and bed
ready.
for the little guy. Thank you so much. Great job tonight. See you back at HQ. Joined now courtside by Leominster head coach Kevin Crutchfield. And, Coach, I want to pick up right off the top of the question that Kate just alluded to, and it's something that we've talked about off and on throughout the year, and that is, of course, when you become sort of one-dimensional in the sense that you have one really great scorer. You had a phenomenal performance tonight from Justin Dada. It just needed to be backstopped with more players around him.
Yeah, absolutely. And first I got to give credit to Westford Academy. Very well coached. They play really hard. They hit some big shots tonight. They really taught us a lesson that we're nowhere near as good as we think we are. Dada scored a lot of points, but he also gave up a lot of points, and we'll be addressing that. We need other guys. If we're going to beat elite teams, we need other guys to step up. And they extended their zone, and instead of running our sets and running our zone offense, we just sort of all stare at Jay and expect him to take every shot. And you're not going to beat good teams doing that, and you saw it tonight. So very frustrating game, very frustrating loss. So we have a lot to work on, but again, Westford Academy wanted it more than us, and they showed that, and they played really well.
Kate also made the point there was not just the phenomenal number of points, certainly, that came tonight from Justin Dada, but as a team, it was the points that were left on the table. There were a lot of open possessions at points throughout the game that, if you stack them together in some way, shape, and form, it reforms the number on the board.
Absolutely. We had some wide open looks. Terrence was like 1 for 10 from the field. We need more production from our guards. Every time they needed a hoop tonight, their guards could get to the rim. Part of that was our defense, and part of it was their confidence. And I'm not seeing that from our team right now. So, yeah, very frustrating, but we'll learn from it and back to work tomorrow.
Indeed you are, and Shrewsbury comes up tail end of the week. You're continuing on into this, Central Mass schedule, and this is a year in Central Mass where, as I look up and down, on both the boys and girls side of things, everyone's a little beat up. If you look at the numbers, we talk about it being battle tested, but the records bear it out. Everyone's trying to mix and match with other parts of the state, going and playing different competition, and everyone's coming in somewhere in the neighborhood of 500 plus or minus a game.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of parity, and there's basically one elite team in Worcester North, and then there's everybody else that's sort of fighting for relevancy. So that's what makes it fun. It's what makes it stressful. But this is why we coach. This is why we play. The guys are up there. They're locked in the locker room, and they're all screaming at each other, and they're all trying to solve the world's problems. So we'll see what comes from that. But we learn. It's still, we still have half a season left, so we can't get too down in the dumps.
It's a healthy thing when the players sort it out for themselves, right?
Yes. Well, sometimes.
There are good examples and bad of everything, right?
Yeah, exactly. As long as they don't take it to the extreme. So.
Indeed. 63-59. Westford a winner tonight. Coach, we'll talk to you again next week.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate it. That's Coach Kevin Crutchfield after a 63-59 win for Westford Academy tonight at the gym at Leominster High School on what was an exciting night, fun end-to-end basketball. And again, Leominster just comes up a little bit short, and there will be pieces and points to be pointed to and talked about and discussed ad nauseum. But, the great thing that seems to cleanse all of these sorts of things, is winning, and a win on Friday night could do a lot toward, again, rebolstering the situation. I want to bring Bill Thomas back up here for one final conversation here, Billy, because, Coach Crutchfield just made a really fascinating point here, and I want to get, your take on it. I mean, hey, he's the ultimate evaluator of basketball talent. Let's make no mistake about it. But he said something that really stuck with me, which he thought the real importance, the real takeaway from this game tonight was his team learning that they are not as good as they think they are.
Oh, I couldn't agree more, Todd. And I think the lesson to be learned is when you spread the ball around and you get good looks and, find that open cutter. I tell you, I don't know how many layups that Westford had down the lane on both sides of the blocks, but Sullivan and Gawat just kept tearing them up left and right, hooks, nice soft lay-ins, bunnies. Probably half of their scores were down the lane and layups, either one side or the other, working that nice little curl around through the key. But I don't know how many players they had on the score sheet. I think at least 8.
Indeed.
As opposed to Leominster's 3 maybe, if maybe
at
4.
Least
but
crucial.
Nobody else
with
with more than 3 or 4 points other than Dada, who had, was it 41 or 42 in the end. But you can't rely on one player. Superstars, scorers don't always lead to success team-wise. And when you don't have any help, and, Coach alluded to it, just nobody else got hot tonight. We expected somebody in the second half maybe to start finding the way to the basket a little bit more, but nothing opened up for any of the other players. Sometimes you have a night like that. I'm sure they'll bounce back.
Indeed they will. Players will find their shots. And I think, you made a great point, I think, during the broadcast that they never stopped shooting.
No, I mean,
and that to me, that could happen really easily. You could cloister.
Shooters, got to keep shooting. Whether it's McCormick or we've seen Justin with off nights, and he keeps shooting, or Halstead, Chase Haas under the basket. Just keep doing what you do. It'll come to you. Just tonight it never did. They ran out of the clock.
Indeed it didn't. And, of course, opportunities ahead. Shrewsbury on deck. Then Algonquin at home next week. Then they're on the road at a St. Paul team in the early part of February. And the next time we'll see them on February the 7th right here at home when they play host to a Wachusett team that is in need of some consecutive victories, and there is some upheaval there in Wachusett as well with some personnel changing in and out. So I'll tell you, everybody's a little dinged up. Everybody is looking to try to scrap their way into this postseason.
Well, season's only halfway gone. Most teams still got 10 more games under their belt to round into shape, and a lot of basketball to be played, and hopefully we'll be following Leominster into March, through the division playoffs, but we'll have to see how that works out. Nothing's a given.
Indeed it is not.
We saw that tonight.
I was going to say, certainly a lesson learned tonight as well. Great to have you with us tonight, whether you're joining us on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Thank you so much for spending your night with us. Game live here on these 3 platforms. Be available immediately at the conclusion of this one on demand for your enjoyment as well. Schedule updates, and we try to compile the best of the reporting from around the region to get it all to you in one source. If you follow us on Twitter, @Media Rivalry, as well as schedule updates. Pick your favorite social media account. Like, follow, and subscribe today. When we go live with content, the content finds you. That's the great part about digital media. Action ahead here on RFM on a 2-game week. It's Leominster and Shrewsbury girls basketball action coming your way from the gym at Leominster High School this Friday night, January the 20th, 6:45. We're on with the pregame, 7 o'clock tip-off on senior night for the girls basketball program against Shrewsbury. YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch got your action for you, starting with the pre-show, setting the stage at 6:45. Once again, final score here from the gym at Leominster High School. Westford 63, Leominster 59 on a tough shooting night for Leominster. More to come. Action ahead. You stick and stay with us. Lot of fun ahead. Want to thank Kate Robbins back at RFM HQ for the great job tonight. Bill Thomas alongside me here at the gym at Leominster High School until Friday night. I am Todd Robbins saying thank you so very much for joining us and being a part of our family over the last couple of hours. Until Friday, so long, everybody.